management from an Islamic perspective. Management means a group of people, they collect together to achieve a particular goal. That is management. Group of people, they have a leader, collected together, they synchronize, they synergize, and then achieve a particular goal. Second Khalifa in Islam, Hazrat Umar, and he says, let me just quote you in Arabic, it's very interesting. He says, La Islama illa bil Jama'. There is no concept of Islam without the community, without people getting together. I mean, it's about teamwork, it's about synergizing, it's about collectiveness, it is about community, it is about communal harmony, it's about teamwork, synergizing. And then he says, this is the concept of Islam. I mean, there is no concept of individuality. You can't just do something alone. Whatever you do it collectively. And that is what you see, especially, in this holy month of Ramadan. If you just visit any local mosque, you can see people are praying together in synchronization. They bow together, they bend down together. Everything is going on in pure synchronization. And then the second point he says is, La jama' illa bil imara. There is no concept of a group of people without any leader. A leader is a must. And the same thing, again, for a simple explanation, you can see in the namaz, in the local mosque, there is a leader and there are followers. How many people are there? But there is a leader and there are followers. And finally, he says, La jama' illa bil imara, la imara illa bi ta'a. There is no leader without his obedience. Means every leader has to be obeyed. The leader has to be obeyed. There is no choice. There is no option. The option is not there. I mean, this is a very basic principle of management. If the leader or the manager or the team lead is not followed, you will not be able to achieve your goals. So following the leader is very important. It is unconditional. In fact, you can see this, especially in this month of Ramadan. Probably you can just type and see, prayer in Makkah. And especially in Ramadan, normally like 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people, they collect together and they pray together, and there is one leader. And this is pure synchronization. Of course, in this pandemic, there is a lot of distancing and all. But again, you can see the discipline and the harmony over there. All right. So that is how it is. As a community, it has to be collective, and then there has to be a leader, and the leader has to be followed. So the next question comes, how should the leader be? What are the qualities of the leader? What should be the qualities of the leader? Let us come back to the Quran and surah number, or it's chapter number 3 and verse number 159. فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ. And because of the mercy of your God, you are soft towards the people. Means the quality number 1 for a leader is he should be soft spoken. He should be soft spoken. You can't be harsh. You can't be harsh and expect people to follow you. If you're harsh and you expect people to follow you, that is a dictatorial kind of leadership, which we say in management. And a dictatorial kind of leadership will last only as long as you're in the position. But a charismatic leader will last even if you're not there in the position. People would love to listen to you. People would love to follow you. People would love to be around you, because you have that charisma, because of your soft tongue and being lenient towards them. So again, here it goes. فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. And if you're harsh towards the people, they would run away from you. They would not want to be around you. لَانفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. They would run away from you. And I mean, in front of you, they will be like, yes, boss, yes, boss. But the moment you go, the employees, they'll have the separate WhatsApp group, and probably they'll be discussing, oh no, yeah, itna khadus hai, this guy, I hate him. I just have to put a smiling face in front of him just because he's so tough and he's so harsh. He talks, he's so rude, he belittles us, he makes fun of us, and X, Y, Z. Rule number one, be soft. Rule number two, don't be harsh. Don't be harsh. People would love to be around you if you're soft, if you're charismatic. And then what happens? As a leader, you have a team under you. If you're a team lead, probably. So there are people who are going to make mistakes. They will make mistakes because humans means they have flaws. No human is perfect. Humans have flaws. I mean, only angels are perfect. Humans have flaws, but you have to overlook them. So the verse continues, فَعْفُ عَنْهُمْ. Overlook their mistakes. They'll make some mistakes. While preparing the quotation, they might make some, rectify them. Give them some chance, give them some leeway. Even if you're trying to rectify them, do it with a soft tone. Do it with a soft tone. Don't be harsh. Don't immediately try to rectify them. Give them some time to rectify their behavior. They may have some mistakes, some errors, and if they're really small, overlook them as if you haven't seen them. Probably they came 5 minutes late. Overlook them. Not a big issue. If they're working hard, they're doing the best, probably 5 minutes won't make much difference. And then wastaghfiru lahum. This is your team. So wastaghfiru, I mean, pray for them. Pray for them. You pray for your team. You pray for the wellness of your team. You should be a well-wisher of your team. So pray for their wellness. Your heart will be softened towards them so that your behavior will be more soft towards them, and it will be a very synchronized behavior. See, you can always work in a team when there is synchronization. If there is no synchronization, there will be a lot of issues. A quick example is, suppose if you're driving a car. See, if you drive a car, you know it very well. If the wheel is not balanced or if the wheel alignment is not there, the car is going to create problems. Especially the moment you touch 80 or 90 speed, the car will create problems because it is not aligned. So alignment, synchronization is very, very important. So pray for them, and then وَشَاوِرُهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ. When you're planning to do something, you're planning to take up a new project, a new task, شَاوِرُهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ. Involve them in mutual consultation. This is very, very important. It will help to create a better project plan. It will help in better planning. The team will be involved. They will feel honored. The team lead, the manager involved us while preparing the proposal, while preparing the project, while doing the planning, and they won't feel it burdened while executing. While executing the plan, they won't feel it as burden, and they will work enthusiastically to implement whatever is planned to achieve the ultimate goals. So involve the team in the planning. And then finally, now you have planned, everything's been done, you have taken their opinion. فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. When you have decided, be firm and have trust in God. This is very important. You have to have trust in God. Otherwise, in spite of doing your best, you'll still be shaky. You'll still be stressed. Maybe if the project goes wrong, what will happen? See, I would say, do your best, leave to God the rest. You do your best and then leave to God the rest. This is the funda you follow in your life. In fact, you can write it down. Do your best, leave to God the rest. Because He is the one who finally executes. Man proposes, God disposes. I mean, He is the one who executes the plan. He is the one with the ultimate power, right? I mean, we are helpless if He doesn't allows us, if He doesn't give us the power. So that is how the leader should be. Soft, not harsh, overlook the mistakes, pray for the forgiveness, and then take mutual consultation. Finally have trust in God when you have taken a decision. And a leader should lead with example. He should be exemplary. I mean, you're saying one thing, but you're not following. This is also another important quality of the leader. And that is what we see in the Quran also. The Prophet, God says, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. You will find the best example in the Prophet. I mean, he is the one who is to be followed. I mean, in the sense, the leader should be such that people could emulate him. And there is another ayat in the Quran, the verse which says, لِمَ تَقُولُونَ مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ. Why do you say that which you don't do? Why do you say that which you don't do? I mean, you should be the one to follow it first. كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. God doesn't love it at all. That you say it, but you don't implement it in your life. Now, just imagine as a team lead, as a manager, as as a general manager of the company, you're telling the team to be on time, and you yourself are not on time. How powerful will it be? I mean, like, what a wrong message it will give. And you're telling your team, like, you should not smoke in the office, but you are the one who is smoking. What message will it give to the team? I mean, the leader should be such exemplary. Such should be his character, his discipline, his behavior, soft spoken, clean of heart, disciplined, maintaining the timings, that the team should emulate him. The people should follow him. They should not only respect him, they should not only love him, they should not only be would love to be around him. He should be such a charismatic personality that people should emulate him, follow his behavior. That is an example of a perfect leader. And that is how you can manage the people. Because if you're such, even before you tell anything, people are going to do that. They will do that because of their love towards you, because of, they want to prove themselves in front of you. It's such an amazing leader we have. So we want to be amazing as well. We want to be amazing followers. So such should be the leader. And then there is another very, very important and relevant verse which I would like to recite in front of you, and that is especially relevant in such times of pandemic, in these times of crisis. Our country, may God protect us all, may God protect India. This is time of it's an unprecedented times, unprecedented crisis. I mean, I have seen this in my own life. I have seen my very close relatives, they have passed away. Just few weeks back, one of my very close relatives, they passed away. 4 months back, another of my close relative, she passed away. And 2 days back, Professor Murli, he knows, I was in Nizamabad, and from there I went to Hyderabad, and then yesterday evening I came to Gulbarga. That's my native place. Another of my close relative, he passed away. This is a time of pandemic, a time of unprecedented crisis. So what is very relevant over here? Again, the management principles. I will relate you one verse. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O people who believe. أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. This is very, very important. Obey God, obey the Prophet, and then obey the people who are in authority. I mean, whoever is in authority, he has to be obeyed. This is not an option, it is a compulsion. He has to be followed. If you're working in an office, if you're in a college, if you're in a school, you have to follow the rules, right? Now, similarly, now we being the responsible, we being the educated, the responsible citizens of this country, the responsible citizens of, let's to be more precise, of Bangalore, probably at this time, we should obey the rules of the country, obey the rules of the state. That is very important. That will create an ultimate discipline in synchronization in the country. See, what is the ultimate goal of the country? Is to get rid of this pandemic. As of now, I mean, like in these times of crisis, right? To prevent yourself from this disease of COVID-19, prevent yourself, your family, your kids, your relatives, and if God forbid you get infected also, you prevent it from spreading it to others. So what are the rules? What are the rules which we get from the government? And everybody knows it well. Wear the mask and avoid going outside unnecessarily. And even if you're outside, wear the mask, follow the rules, and so on and so forth. These are the rules and laws which we get from the government. And they are the ones who are in authority. Ulul amri minkum. Those are the ones who are in authority. And they have to be followed, they have to be obeyed. And if they are not obeyed, this crisis, may God forbid, can go away, can rise up exponentially. So these management principles, they work everywhere. They work in the family, they work in the school, they work in the college, they work in the office, they work at the governmental level. You have to be good followers as well. See, if a guy is a manager or a leader at one place, at some other place, he will be a follower. At some other place, he is the one who has to be a follower. So follow the rules, follow the and be disciplined. In these times of crisis, if we are good followers, we can prevent a lot of damage. It will be good damage control. And apart from that, as a team, in management, it is always, synchronization, synergizing. You help the one who is next to you, help the one who is there in your team. You don't say like, well, this is I'm like, I'll do it alone, or if you want some help, I will not help you. You do it alone. This is a team. So similarly, in such a case, in this case of pandemic, people who are around you, help them if you can, financially. They're really poor, if you can give some food, go ahead, do that. Maybe you can give some clothes, go ahead, do that. Maybe you can pray for them, go ahead, do that. Maybe you can say some soft words, some encouraging words, some motivational words, go ahead, do that. Synergize, synchronize. Whatever best you can, you just have to do it. You don't always have to be, rich with money. You don't have to have a lot of money or resources to help others. You have to be rich of heart to help others. If you're rich of heart, you can help people in multiple ways. Maybe with your words, maybe with your feelings, maybe with your behavior, maybe with your soft character, maybe with just empathizing with someone. You can't help someone probably. You yourself on a financial crisis, but maybe you can just say some soft words, some words of empathy to someone who is going through this crisis. If you can financially support, well and good. If you can monetarily support, fair enough. If you can give some, something in material gains, fair enough. But if you can't do that, at least some soft words, some words of encouragement. But do your best. Synchronize, synergize. We are one. This is the unity. India is one. We are all brothers and sisters. This is the ultimate management. This is the ultimate synchronization and synergizing. These are the principles we get not only in Islam, but in all religions. These are the principles of humanity. Follow the basic principles, basic management principles of humanity, at least in such times. And then we come to our last and final point, that is to stay self-motivated. We got so many principles now, so many points in the last 25-30 minutes. But to implement all these points, to execute all these points, what should be the ultimate motivation inside? So that is one last and final point which we get, that is known as Taqwa, or God consciousness. God consciousness. Whether your manager is seeing you or he's not seeing you. Whether the government or the police is watching you or they're not watching you. Whether if you're in an exam, the invigilator is watching you or he's not watching you. Whether your lecturer while teaching, he's watching you or he's not watching you. Whether you're working in a company, your boss is watching you or he's not watching you. Who is watching? God is watching. That should be the ultimate motivation. And the God, the Almighty, the one and only, the ultimate, the powerful, who knows even what is inside the hearts, alimun bi zati sudur, who knows even the thoughts of the heart, he is watching you. So in Islam, we say that this is the most powerful thing for self-motivation, which is taqwa, being God conscious. Because you might know the rules are set, the discipline is there, everything is being said, but if you're not conscious of God, you're not going to implement. And if you're working in a company, you have to make your earning halal. How do you make it halal? By doing your best. You're obligated to do your best. It's not optional. It's an obligation that if you're working in a company, you're taking money, you're taking a salary, you're obligated to do your best. You execute your best. That is not optional. It's compulsion. Otherwise, your salary is not halal. I mean, it's not perfect. It's like, kind of some part is being stolen, And similarly, anyway, if you're a leader, you have to be God conscious that you're soft with the team, you're fair with the team, you deal justly with the team, you do your best with the team. You are an employee, you do your best. You're a citizen of a country, you have to be God conscious. Even if there is no police, the God is watching you. You have to follow the rules. It's an obligation. It's not an option. It's a compulsion. The rules have to be followed. The rules have to be obeyed. This is the ultimate principle of self-motivation. Whether anybody is watching you or not watching you, you know that God is watching. So that in any and every situation, you do your best.
If you benefited from this video, kindly like, share and subscribe.